everybody, and welcome to Life as I See It with your hostess Dina Nierenberg and my co-hostess Nina Avakian. Good morning, Nina. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Tina. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. We were just touching a few very interesting topics.
Yeah, it's interesting because before the show, we kind of always have a pre-show. You know, we sort of go back and forth with the topics that we might be discussing on the show. And we came up with some pretty interesting topics. Topic A actually was all about, it's very interesting. This is a topic I always wanted to cover on my radio show, Your Life at the Top, but somehow I never got around to it. It's all about decluttering your house and not being a hoarder. It's horrible when you have this house that you just keep on buying and buying and buying, and you never ever throw out a thing. You don't throw out a single paper, a single straw wrapper. You just keep everything in the house. Well, yesterday I decided to I'm not a hoarder, but I'm also not the neatest person in the world. I do tend to hold on to stuff without periodically throwing things away. But yesterday I started to go through the rooms in my house because we're having construction done, and I came upon my 15-year-old daughter's room. And, I've noticed lately that it's just being really, really loaded down with stuff. And you enter her room and there's just the room just feels negative because there's so much stuff and so much overcrowding and so much overload of everything.
No pass.
Energy. No passages, even physical passages. Yeah. There's a passageway to the kid's bed and a passageway to her closet, to the floor where she sits, she works on her phone. So yesterday she was out at school and I said, let's change this. I went drawer by drawer. I went outfit by outfit. I went, babyish poster by babyish poster, and I took everything down and I donated all of her old school uniforms.
Right.
And I donated all of her old clothes that I know she's not wearing anymore, her most babyish things. And I just went thing by thing and these little bows that the child hasn't worn in forever because she's turning 16.
Right.
I said, goodbye. Or give away
to somebody else.
And you know what? And afterwards, I walked back into her room, and the room felt light as air. It felt like a spa. It was very spa.
Almost.
S's room is now spa-like. It's just it was total release of the past, release of the old, in with the new. And the effects were incredible. Not only does the room now look fantastic, but also you could breathe in there. You don't feel stifled by stuff. It's a different kind of a feeling. And I've decided now to go room by room in my house.
And declutter.
Just declutter. Every room by room.
It's lighter. Mm-hmm. It's lighter. Mm-hmm. It's interesting that you were talking about it, because a lot of people, they give away a lot of things. Mm-hmm. One of my friends, she went through very painful losing. She lost her business. And she gave me a lot of things, and I'm not in this yet stage when I can declutter, but I'm receiver. I'm receiving things, but I like to reuse a lot of things. I noticed about myself. First, I thought that I'm just saving things. I like to be very careful with what I buy, and I buy what I really need, but then I realized that it makes me feel good when I even wash some disposable containers, so I can reuse it and I can put some samples and for
nice.
People or whatever. So that's what I was thinking, that she gave away a lot of things and she felt good about herself. Like you do, you told me that you donated a lot of clothes to Ukraine, and now you also gave away. Yeah, it's because you're in that stage when you already capable of giving away and feeling good about
it. It felt so good. Yeah, and
great.
Even just, it's amazing to give things away, of course, but it's also great to just even things that are not really givable.
Yeah.
To just say, hey, I don't need this anymore.
I don't need it. That's it. Garbage.
Yeah, and neither does anyone else in the house. It's just being able to part ways with things is an amazing thing to be able to do.
So beautiful.
It's a way of just you're letting go of the physical setting, but then you also realize while you're doing that you have a decluttering of the mind. When I was decluttering my daughter's room yesterday, a lot of stuff came to my mind and a lot of emotions. And you know what I did with them? I just said, hey, this is it. I can discard this. I don't need this anymore in my life. I don't need to feel bad
Like that.
or
Yes.
sad or
Yes.
guilty or anxious about any of this stuff. While I physically put things in garbage bags or put things in bags to give away, in any case, to get things out of the space,
It's
I am
super.
literally letting things out of my head. I am decluttering all garbage thoughts. I'm decluttering that which does not serve me, and it's the it's the most incredible thing in the entire world. There's nothing like letting go of the physical, what you don't need, and realizing what you do need, and therefore what you do keep becomes that much more precious and special to you. And also just letting go of that which doesn't serve you.
You're in control
Yeah.
of your life.
There's
It's
nothing
so
like
great.
it. It's the most spiritual thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Dina, it's so amazing you mentioned that, because you and me were very like into psychology, yes, except that you have PhD.
Masters.
Yeah, you have masters in it.
Yeah.
And I'm just a person who loves psychology. Let's put it this way. But I'm very connected mentally, to all these little things like what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I remember when I moved to my apartment where my, son's father used to live with me, and I felt very also like what you said, sad and like guilty and angry and all of these feelings.
They're all
'cause,
connected.
a lot of. So the same like that, you take something and it's all physical. We're physical bodies, so we're still not there in the air.
Yeah. It's anger, sadness, guilt.
Guilt.
I've decided it goes in that order. Anger, sadness, guilt.
Which one, right? Where we are at.
Yeah.
So what I did with that apartment, which also was very helpful, I painted myself literally all the walls. Everybody knew that. And I felt the same what you just described. I felt like I was like painting over all the pain I have ever felt in my life.
It's
prior to
incredible.
that.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and everything, just like the posters I stick to the wall, like whatever. You just kind of like, it's a therapy. It's so great.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's very interesting. I've been reading a lot of self-help books lately. Some are helpful and some suck. So I'm not going to mention names, authors, and that. But first I'm going to tell you about the books that don't really, serve me very well. They're the ones who tell you when feelings come up, delve in, go into them, think about them, ponder on them. But how does that help you to let go of them? And then I've been reading books by other authors who say, look, when this stuff comes up, let them go. No more. Adios. It's like, dos vidania. Let it go. That's when things come up, you let them go. And so, these are two totally different kinds of authors. I firmly believe, having read both kinds of authors, that the ones who say, when thoughts come up, when feelings come up, ponder them, think about them, try to think about where they come from. I feel like those authors are not that successful themselves at letting things go. I think that the authors who are successful at letting things go are the ones who truly say, when stuff comes up, that's declutter. Put them in the garbage. That's where they belong. The mental garbage bags, and then toss them out of your house. Your physical and your mental house. Let it go. It's like, that's it. Let go until you feel very positive and light, about yourself and about your mental state.
Yeah, do whatever works.
Do whatever works.
Whatever works.
I don't know who it works for to be able to read these books where they say, oh, when feelings come up, think about them. Think about where they may have come from. Like cuddle. No, don't cuddle.
No, yeah, you don't need that
garbage.
feeling.
Bye-bye.
I agree with you.
What
That's Sagittarius?
What if this stuff comes up while you're having a conversation with somebody? Are you going to tell the friend, sorry, I have things I have to feel. I have things I have to think. I have things I have to ponder. So, honey, hang on.
Yeah, I'm sad for now. Like,
because I'm sad. Because something sad came up inside of my
I'm cry a little bit.
Let it all.
Who would want to hang out?
You can't do this.
I had that, and you were the only one with Esther who wanted to hang out with me gut feelings, because even my best friends, they just, they were
That's
away
it.
from me. And, it's not good to sit in this negative depression and, that sad state
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Process it as fast as you
You
can.
can. That's right. Process it, but also discard it, disregard it, and discard it.
Yeah.
Just let go of it. Say, this is not me. This is not a part of me, and this is not who I am. So let go of it, whatever it is.
I just
Fast.
remember when I was living again in Beverly Hills, and I went to one of my clients. She also used to live at Trump. She was very successful real estate person, and like I love her. You know how I am. Like if you're my client, then we're connected.
That's right.
It's like my friend.
It's true. Yeah.
So I came to her. I was doing her procedure, whatever, and I told her about what happened to me, and the way I was talking, it's probably was so sad and so sounded very terrible. And she's like, she listened to me and she's like, okay, and that is over, right? You know who he is now. It's over.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I'm looking, I remember how shocked I was that she listened to me. She was, she was obviously very also sensitive, and she was really good, but how quickly she found the solution.
It's a very quick, easy, and
snap,
amazing solution.
right away.
Snap solution.
That's it.
So would you rather just say, let me let all this go, or no, let me ponder it. Think about where it came from and who's responsible and who hurt me in this terrible, horrible way.
Yes. Yeah. So somebody also in the show, some celebrities I was listening, they were talking about breakups, and the guy said, breakups, it's like Band-Aid. You just have to rip it off.
Rip it off. That's right. That's
or
right.
whatever is
That's right.
there for you, what bothering you, because we are
Yeah.
obsessing over different things.
Uh-huh.
It could be at work, somebody who you not clashing, or your
Right.
friend, or whatever, whatever is there, occupying your mind. You're right, you just have to kind of okay, almost convince yourself that it's not even real.
That's exactly what you have to do, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's really just thoughts that just need to be let go
Done.
of.
Yeah.
Done and over. It's incredible. It's some of these authors, they say, you try to put little band-aids on yourself, when you're thinking really, really sad thoughts. You try, when sad thoughts come up, you try to do some more exercise, and you try to eat more healthfully, and you try to have, more fun, and you go to the movies,
Right.
and you go for your run and whatever. But these things don't really help in the long run. But it's a lifestyle that helps in the long run.
Right.
That's the thing that I feel lately, I've been reading so many books, but in my mind I'm having so many clashes with so many authors,
Right.
because they're all like, these little lifestyle changes can't change your mind, but they do. What you do for yourself does help to change your mind. It helps you to change your mind tremendously, and it puts you into a more healthy and more spiritual frame of mind. It helps you to just feel better about you. And
Totally.
when you feel better about you, you feel better about your family, your friends, your whole life, what you have, about God.
Yes.
You just feel better. It's all about the lifestyle that we choose to keep. And if you choose to do 101 amazing things for yourself, you don't have to sit here and ponder, oh, my feelings have come up again. Who's responsible this time? What happened
Who we
to
gonna
me?
blame now?
Who gonna blame? What happened to me?
Right.
Why did it
Right.
happen?
This is
How
terrible.
did I let it happen?
It's
No.
always
You let it
someone
all
who's
go.
guilty. Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody else has to be guilty,
We
of course.
always find,
It's all about decluttering your mind and also increasing your amazing lifestyle.
yes.
Improving, eating healthfully,
Yes.
eating foods that support your hormone levels, serotonin, dopamine, endorphins. It's about getting your exercise, and you don't have to listen to what any of the experts say. Whatever exercise you do is incredible for you. Anything. I actually read today on the Google that walking can be just as effective at increasing mood levels,
Really.
but also for fitness levels as running.
Oh,
Wow. I read today about somebody, and she walks 90 minutes a day, somewhere in London, And she says it's just as effective for her at losing weight and feeling good as the runners have during their half-hour workout.
And it's so great now. Like, we have our headphones. It's not like you need to walk without anything. You
Right.
put your favorite lecture, your favorite music, your favorite meditation, whatever you want to do.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
And doing that.
Yeah.
See, it's like mental health. It's not like this mental process. Mental health, I believe, is just living in the present moment. Choosing to live in the present moment, choosing to do that which gives you pleasure, a ton of enjoyment. Whether it's running, walking, reading, drawing, dancing, singing, acting, eating right is a very, very major part of it. And just basically doing whatever it takes for you to be in a positive state of mind. I believe that mental health is not about trying to think your way healthy as much as acting your way healthy, doing healthy things in your life, eating right, choosing to work out in any which way that feels comfortable to you, reading that which feels comfortable to you, not just automatically accepting what's written on the pages. I must be looking at about 10 books over there. Some are very helpful, some are not. There are books that portions of them are helpful, and portions of them are just like, I can't put this crap into my head. It makes no sense. Because if I do, I'm just going to be sitting there and feeling sorry and sad about myself and my life. So it's not about thinking your way to mental health, but acting your way to mental health. Just enjoying your life, doing whatever it is that you enjoy, as long as it's legal, not breaking the law of any kind. Just get out there and enjoy. Life is meant for living today, in the present moment. Your life is in the present moment. Your life today is not in the past, and your life today is nothing in the future. Your life today is exactly as it's unfolding now. And also, if you want a better tomorrow, if you want a better future, that starts today. Because your todays shape your tomorrows.
Absolutely.
If you go to sleep all sad and upset about things tonight, what's going to be the first thought on your mind tomorrow morning? What you were thinking about last night. I've had this so many times that I could say it for a fact. What you're thinking about tonight and how you're going to sleep tonight will affect how you feel in the morning, which if it doesn't stop, if you can't stop the cycle, this will just go on and on and on for the rest of your life. You can choose the night beforehand to let it all go before you sleep. Or, as some people do, they choose to hang on to it, thinking that it will be of some use to them, or that they have to, or that there's some kind of moral necessity to hold on. When the truth is that you have to let it all go. If you hold on to all of this stuff, it will affect the rest of your tomorrows. Until you let it go, until you absolutely learn your let go lesson, this stuff will haunt you till your death day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we're reborn in our form for a certain lesson like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, it's more painful. God forbid, I don't judge anyone, because I don't want to be in certain people's shoes, especially now. And I just feel grateful that I am able to let it go, because a lot of people, they are not. And I feel like, it's like parents. You can only be an example, and you will be either judged for your reckless behavior, my freedom, and my relaxing mood. But I wish I could be an example to follow, because I do feel good, and I went through a lot of mental, struggle to be who I am right now. And maybe I look like I'm a happy person, but I'm not. I was working on anger issues. I was working on melancholy, depression, sadness, all of that, guilt. I was making people feeling uncomfortable, jealousy, and all of those. I can go on and on about myself. But I noticed those things about myself. I don't want to relate anyhow towards those feelings. And like we were talking before previously, we are love. You are love, I am love. We are born to be love,
That's right.
So that's all we need to cultivate inside, those feelings, that positive kindness, love, giving, like you said, declutter mind, all this normal balance, state. That's where we need to thrive, for, right?
You got that right. You got that right. There's nothing worse than being a victim of your own mind. It's kind of like living in a house where you never, ever, ever throw anything out.
Yeah.
You have your physical house where you can choose to hold on or throw things out. But then you also have that mental house where you can choose to hold on or throw things out. But when you start to declutter your physical house, something in your mind shifts also, and you start to want to just let go of everything that's negative in your mind, and you just realize you want to live freely in open spaces. You want to be able to enjoy your life without borders, without worrying what you're going to fall into or step on or get sidelined by.
Right.
It's very, very easy, unfortunately, to get sidelined by emotions. Instead of living and dreaming in those emotions, just drop those emotions.
Yes.
It's possible. It is absolutely possible. I now firmly believe that you can just choose to elect to let go of emotions and thoughts that don't serve you, and only choose to have happy thoughts, cheerful feelings of I'm okay no matter what happens. And stuff happens. I understand that stuff happens. Look, we're all living in the same world, same planet Earth here. So stuff does happen. Emotions do come up. But it's your choice to elect to discard them as they come up instead of living in them. There's nothing worse than living in drama. But for very emotional people, and I've been one of them, I realize that it's possible for sad thoughts, angry thoughts, guilty thoughts to come up and to choose to live in those thoughts and feelings, but you don't have to. It's not your destiny.
Yeah.
You can just let them all go. That's it. Just let them all go, and not one by one. Let the whole project go.
Yeah.
Let project depression, let project anxiety go. When anxiety comes up, let it go. If you have a panic attack, and I've actually been prone to panic attacks, let it happen and let it go. That's all. The worst thing I've discovered about being somebody who has had panic attacks in the past is having the panic attack is bad enough. But then worrying and obsessing over the panic attack afterwards and all that went wrong and all my anxious feelings and thoughts that may have led up to it only leads to more and more anxiety and more worries. What a doctor named Dr. Viktor Frankl called anticipatory anxiety, worries about the next time that I would be in a social situation. Will I have a panic attack or not? Worrying about having panic brings on more of the same. It's so true. You're going to worry, you're going to feel more worried. You're going to be depressed, you're going to feel more depressed. You're going to feel a little bit guilty, you're going to feel a lot more guilty. A little bit of guilt, depression, anger, etc., only leads to more and more and more of the same. It's compulsive. It's even if you don't technically have OCD, in my mind with OCD, we all have it and none of us has it. It's like, how can you determine who exactly has OCD? But the more you're going to think about this stuff, the more it's going to be a problem in your life.
Driving you crazy.
So what are some foods that we can eat and some supplements that we can take that can actually help to increase our hormone levels, which helps to increase our mood, helps to increase our get up and go? There are certain supplements. I want to start with that. There's a fabulous supplement, and it's called SAM-E. It's an extremely long name. So all you have to know is SAM-E, and you get it at Vitamin Shop. You can order it online. I happen to like one particular brand called Nature's Way. It's the brand that I take every day. The SAM-E helps to increase serotonin levels, in the brain, which helps to increase your mood, helps to increase your get up and go, helps you to want to exercise every day and do all the right things for mental health.
I heard about that. It's naturopathic one, right?
Naturopathic,
I
totally, 100%.
Somebody, pharmacist, my friend, he suggested me a long time ago about
the SAM-E. Another one is inositol. It's an incredible supplement that gives you a lot of vitamin B, a lot of vitamin B6. and it helps to decrease the overthinking, which helps you to be able to live more fully in the now, more fully in the present moment. It helps to take down all of what's going on in your brain that makes you need to overthink. Helps out with the neurons. Sorry, Tessa. Let me just get my thoughts together here for a second. Helps the neuron cells to stop sending out so many fast and rapid messages, from neuron to neuron, saying this girl needs help, this girl needs help. Instead, the inositol decreases the neuron cell, the activity, to the point where you can actually sit back and relax and not need to think about so many things. That's why inositol helps so much. I've been doing a lot of research on that. And eating right, eating foods that help to increase serotonin levels, such as any kind of fish, such as herring, salmon, tuna fish. Nuts also have a lot of omegas. They also are very, very grounding, in particular almonds. And pistachios actually help to balance out the microbiome of the stomach. These are just a few things that you can physically do for yourself. Bananas have a lot of tryptophan, which is the precursor to GABA, the hormone GABA, which helps to chill you out tremendously. Green tea is anti-anxiolytic, which means it helps to take down your anxiety levels. Taking down your anxiety levels helps to bring you more fully into the present moment, to enjoy yourself, your life, your surroundings, the people in your life. Yeah.
It's great. I'm listening. It's almost like a lecture for me. I'm trying to also pick some ideas, because I do a lot of the same thing what you do. I just use a little bit less, vitamins, but I just started with my nutritionist. But I do also the same things like coenzymes, B group of vitamins, all of that. I just want to kind of summarize it, because whatever you guys do, whatever is right, of course you have to work with nutritionists or read about it, because you only the person who knows your problems, right? Where is exactly you missing in your body? Maybe it's like you losing your hair, or you are a little bit too stressed, or you are like too obsessive, or you are too angry, and just like work about it, Google and read what you can do. It's basically all of that helps with quality of life.
It's so true.
Because you are living, like you said, now. So if we are not helping our body to cope with all the negative problems, we have, then we're not living our life.
Exactly. Yeah.
So me and Dina, we started living.
We started living fully. We started living fully and fully enjoying the moment. We may look like we've been sitting here on the couch for half an hour. In the meantime, we've been getting up constantly because, like I was saying before, we have so much construction going on in the house. And on this set of the show, about 10 people have walked past this set over the past half an hour. And it's driven me a little bit crazy. I got to be honest with you. You want to be able to get a thought out, and just as you are, you have somebody coming through, and you're not getting your thought out.
But we
had fun. We were able to focus, but also we had a great time in between, because one of these people who were passing by the set, they actually left a really gorgeous motorcycle outside in my driveway. And I noticed it. I was like opening up the door, like, anyone else still want to come into the house? Noticed this gorgeous motorcycle, and we wound up taking some pretty incredible pictures of it. I've never. That's right. I've never actually owned a motorcycle, but I always wanted to have my picture taken beside one. For the coolness effect and all of that.
And it feels good. It's elevated
It elevated the mood
level.
It surely has, and just like we grabbed that moment.
Yes.
Life is all about grabbing your moments as you can. And so everybody, this is Life as I See It with your hostess Dina Nierenberg and my co-hostess Nina Avakian. Thank you so much for joining me today on the show.
It was always fun, and today I think it was so informative what you've said, and I hope people will start doing.
That would be great. It will make for a more present world and a collectively happier world. So everybody, love you so much. I will see you all as soon as possible. Take care of yourselves.